لا مش هتلاقيها. مش هتلاقيها. هي اصلا كانت زي صلوة او وعظة لحد من القديسين، وهم حطوها عملوها لحن. Okay. We're going to continue with the Bible. If I can refer to the sermon of today about baptism and link it to what we're doing. Do you see the link? No? What is the link between today talk about baptism and the church and the Genesis? Or what we talk about in the Bible? It's not far. It's all connected. What is the Bible is? Back. The story of? The church. The Bible is the story of the church. And we say salvation of what? Salvation of what? It's actually the story of the church, because the church did not need salvation until the church fell. And then God sent his son to bring it back to himself. So there is a church in the Bible from beginning to end. Don't forget that. It's about the Bible. It's about the church. The Bible is about the church. It's not about salvation of individuals. I'm going to remind you again. Is any of the stories of the Bible an individual, private relationship between God and a person? None of it. None of it is an individual story. These stories are not brought for us to be learning. This is our story. This is our family. When Adam was created just for Adam and Eve to be people with God? No. When Noah was saved, was he saved for himself because he's a good man? No. When Abraham was called, was he called? And I want to say, do you remember what I said about Abraham? What Abraham is? So let me just put it back. We said that the stories of the Bible is about covenants. God making covenants with people. He making himself a family. He wants a family. So if God made a covenant with Noah, with Adam first, by making Adam in his image and likeness. And we saw in chapter 4 that when Adam begot a child, right? The child, his name is Seth. What was the thing said about Seth? That he got a child in his image. The same exact language. What is the meaning? That when God created Adam, created him in his image. When Adam begot a child, his name is Seth, in his image. What is the meaning? You need to connect things together. If Adam was made in the image of God, and Seth is born in the image of Adam, then the conclusion is, make an inference.
Seth is also in the image of God.
What else? That Adam is the son of God. Do you get that? So there is Adam made in the image of God. And Adam, when he begot a child, begot Seth in his image. Then immediately you remember, oh, this was mentioned before. It's when God created Adam. So Adam was created to be the Son of God. Is that clear? So when Son of God, I mean genealogy of Jesus. You go back to the New Testament now, you get to see very seriously and very clearly. Jesus is the son of, as it was, what was it? As it was, يعتقد كما يظن, believed. That Jesus is the son of Joseph, the son of the son of the son of the son, Abraham, David, Abraham, and then Adam, the son of God. Adam is the son of God. This is clear. So we have a covenant between God and Adam and Eve, because God is not interested in just in Adam and Eve. Look, it's almost like, we think about it in our own thinking. A man gets married because he's feeling lonely. He doesn't really care much for kids, but the wife cares for kids. And he would tolerate the kids for the sake of the wife, and then he loves them. Right? So they become a family. But then the kids will get grandchildren, and he says, I don't really need to worry about them. This is their business, right? But in God's mind, this is not the case. He actually is interested in the whole family from beginning to end, from Adam all the way to the end of ages. Okay? When Noah was picked, why was Noah picked? Because Noah is a good man? Yes, he is a good man. But why is he have a covenant with God? Why did Noah get a covenant with God? Again, because God wanted to reward Noah for being a faithful person? Or, and here is another thing. The whole story of Noah is almost like a replica of Adam. Right? In Genesis we saw that. What is the resemblance between Noah and Adam? Think about it. There's a lot actually. That's one of them. Yes, we're going to come to the animals. This is very important. What's close resemblance between Noah story and Adam? Think about it.
God gave them both a command.
They were given a commandment.
Adam was because the garden of Eden and Noah came and planted trees and
Very close. By the way, just say we saw even before that. When Adam took the authority from God over a world, that world was immersed in and came out of water. So Adam actually inherited a world that came out of baptism in a way. What kind of earth Noah got? Earth coming out of water. When Adam was about to get a wife, God said to him, name the animals. And what did God do? He brought the animals to Adam to name them. When God wanted to save the animals, what did he? So he's going to save the same animals, the same races. What did he say to Noah? This is very interesting because last year I realized something very, very profound. God told Noah, take them with you and feed them. Keep them alive. You don't need, so this is important, you don't need to go and gather the animals. I'm going to bring you the animals to the ark. This is very clear in the account. But your responsibility is to gather food and feed them. So Adam was given responsibility to name the animals, to own them. And Noah was given a responsibility to do what? Feed the animals, and not second Adam. You see, this is the thing that I discovered last year, is in the Gospel of John, chapter 6, one of my favorite Gospels. When Jesus was told, he said that the Father sent me so that whoever sees the Son and believe in him should not die. And how are you going to keep them alive, Lord? He said, I have to feed them. Whomever the Father sent me, I should destroy nothing. I should feed them. What are you going to feed them? As if Jesus is not only the second Adam, he's the second Noah. What he's going to feed them? John 6, what he's going to feed them? The body and blood. That's the food that God the Father had asked him to keep us alive with. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood shall live forever, and I will raise them in the last day. And he said to the Jews, if you don't have the body and the blood of the Son of Man, you have no life in you, as if they are the new animals. Okay? What else in Adam and Noah? Second Adam. There is a lot. Something obvious. They got naked at the end of the story. Adam discovered that he's actually naked and started feeling like this. And what about Noah? Got drunk and got heated up because of the alcohol, and he took off his clothes and in the tent. But then someone poked at that nakedness. In the story of Adam, who poked at the nakedness? The serpent. Who poked at the nakedness in the... No, it's his son. It's Ham. They say this is the first case of deviled ham in history. You know devil. Okay. All right. So there is this. There is a lot more. I'm just telling you. And remember, there's a story of Adam married to Eve, and that he looked at animals and saw that they're all. Remember how it is written in chapter 2 that as for Adam was not found a help comparable to him. Then God put a sleep on Adam and he got the rib and he made it. What about Noah? Very interesting. In the account of the flood, everything is couple. Male and female. Male and female. What is that? God is renewing his covenant with families. He's doing this over again. Male and female. Like the account of Genesis is going to be again with Noah. But there's a lot more. I'm not gonna go into all the details, but this is what Noah is. So why is Noah picked again? Just to renew the covenant with, to renew the family relationship between God and humanity. He's a second Adam. He's gonna like a car who had lost the battery juice. Now we gotta have to jump it up. Now, so why do you need another covenant with Abraham? That's the question for today. So you have a covenant with Adam. They are already the family of God. They got lost. We got punished. We brought back. God brought us back through Noah. So what is the point? Why do we need Abraham? That's a very important question. Seems like, is this something that God can keep doing? It's like a habit. How are you gonna explain Noah, Abraham? Please understand. These are extremely important themes in the Bible, in the book of Genesis especially. If you don't understand them, you would not understand the rest of the New Testament, actually. What would be the reason for Abraham? If you really go through the story, you would understand. The climax of the story, the covenant with Abraham, is where? Where is the highest point? The highest point in the story, as a story. The biggest drama. Isaac sacrifice. If you look at this and just see what's going on there, you would understand. What's going on there? There are two things. First of all, Abraham's faith is tested, which I don't think is the 100%. It's like not even 10% of the what's happening. What is the point? You got a table made of rocks. Abraham gets his son, ties him up. You're going to have to do this with the sheep if they are going to sacrifice. You tie up the legs and the four legs and the hind legs. Tie them up. And you put them on you get the wood. You arrange the wood, and you get the lamb and put it on the wood, and you have to be very quick. The rabbis know that if you kill a lamb, it should not make a noise. You have to be very, very quick. But then you get the blood, all of it to spill, and then you set up the fire. What's the point? Why is God interested in this? This is like, if you really don't get what God is doing, you would miss it, and you would have a very bizarre idea about God. Actually silly. It's not just testing Abraham, God knows. The one who explained it to me, and I said it before, and I think you need to understand, I'm going to keep saying it until you get it, is a bishop from Upper Egypt who was, he's still a pious man, God give him health and long life. He's very strict. Much more strict than me. Much more. You wouldn't know what it means to. I am afraid to serve with him, and he knew it. He knew that. He knew that I would not serve with him on the altar because he would be very harsh. And so one day a priest, I told you the story. A priest was praying with him the liturgy. I'm going to tell you the story. And he has sa'ab katina, the golden watches that they put in the pocket, the old ones, that has a chain, a gold watch. You put it in your pocket. And when you bring it out, it has a cover. You open the cover, look at it, put it back, and it has to be filled. So the priest, an older priest from a rich family, he got the watch and put it on the altar. And the bishop saw him and let him be. It's like a very expensive piece of possession. Then after he finished, and he sprinkled the water, the bishop sprinkled the water, Abuna went to get his watch. Sayyidina, the bishop, held his hand and said, "What are you doing, Abuna? What are you doing?" Sayyidina, "I'm taking my watch." He says, "No, it's not your watch anymore. Not your watch." Why? Because he put it on. There is no joking. So imagine, Isaac is put on the altar, not just testing Abraham. What's he doing? Is consecrating Isaac to offering him up to God. So from that moment, Isaac does not belong to, he belongs to. Then when the people of Isaac are going to speak to God, they're going to say, "We are your people, and you are our God." This is how they are offered. The same language is given, Say it again? Ambawisa. Balian. He is? Yeah. He's a sweetheart, but I'll tell you a joke after I finish, a story about he used to teach Hebrew and liturgics in the seminary. I'll tell you about Dr. Samir. You know Samir اسمه سمير ايه كان مراته لا بوسطن Samir God rest his soul and his wife, they're both physicians, but anyway, he was studying Hebrew with him. I'm going to tell you the story after we finish, just remind me. So he so yes,
Is the watch still there?
I think so. I mean, there is no joking with this, Bishop. No joking. You wouldn't be joking with. But he made a point in front. Everybody understood this point. Everybody understood that whatever you put on the altar, that's why I don't really think that we should put anything on the altar. Some people in some churches, which is disgusting, they use the altar as a shelf or as a table or a reader. That's disgusting. That's the place where you put the bread and wine. They become the body and blood of Christ, and you offer them to the Father. That's it. We put our sins, we put our prayers. Isaiah, the prophet, taught us to put the prayers that we need. That's why we get these pieces of paper from Isaiah when Sennacherib the king sent him letters of very ugly letters, actually blaspheming God. And who's the God is going to save you from your hand? Isaiah took the parchments and said, okay, all right. And he put them on the altar. And he said to God, read. I'm not going to read them to you. You read. سمير مكاريوس ومراته كان اسمها ايه؟ Shadia, that's it. Samir and Shadia Makarios. Sweet people. Yes, Mina. Yes, the only son. So Samir Makarios, I'm going to tell you a story about him and Ambawisa because he's from his church. He was studying under him. Anyway, so Isaac put on the altar means what? That the Israel of Isaac will be the people. So when you ask why Israel is the people of God, are they smarter than anybody? Are they more holy than anybody? Actually, they're more stubborn and defying God's order and breaking His commandments more than anyone else. And God made an example of that. But what is the point? Why they are the people of God? Why were they the people of God? Because Abraham offered them all. Because God told him, by Isaac your seed shall be called. Your children are going to be named by a father who is Isaac. So if I get Isaac before he gets any children and put him on the altar,